the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
2024 elections, no. Many analysts for are predicted say it will be debated based on the economy because didn't come previous elections. Former President John Dramani Mahama lose your portal because of them so affected economy no. Inti MPP say Oma yade in education nkofo bebre agya to energy so Oma stabilize power with little hitches here and there, but a way better than that of the former President John Dramani Mahama Epreso. Now, issues of the economy and nkofo bebre ebe kasa afa ho. Inti World Bank Director Ede nani esi Ghana so obabeka about Ghana's economic fundamentals so no. Very, very important here because for forward President John Dramani Mahama say economy MDC a winning elections in 2024. World Bank Director in charge of West Africa in the say any Ghana or they compare other West African nations. Now sa kroni na oka say Omo go through Russia-Ukraine war, Omo go through COVID-19 pandemic or move free mapa. Inti or the Ghana I say Ghana no has a bright future ahead because of these indicators are why they go. Yen same re yen World Bank Director Pierre Laporte Nsema or the Tudra.
Very well. Inflation, which was at some point 54, almost 55%, came down to the 30s last week or so ago. 26%. Okay, 26%. That's a huge improvement, and it shows that that trend is broken, that we're going back towards low inflation. Growth, which had been forecasted to be something like 1%, I think now it's been growing faster. So the signs are there that the economy is turning around. But again, we should be cautious because sometimes there can be one-off increases, things don't continue, or sometimes improvements and then we get slack and then things. So for me, one, the economic indicators that recently came out are showing clearly that Ghana has now got hold of
signs of recovery.
Signs of recovery are there, yeah.
Or it has turned the corner.
It has turned the corner, and the foundations are there because low inflation is one of the most killing things. It's taxing, and if you manage to bring down inflation, it shows again the monetary policy, we discussed that before. Yes, interest rates are so high, but it was needed to stop inflation. Now, this is what we've seen, but I believe I think they tell me I'm too optimistic, but again I believe. Not because of optimism, but because the measures, the actions, the reforms that are now being taken, they will put Ghana on the road to a more viable economic.
So we are situation. On that path to stability, and we haven't turned the corner yet. Some would say.
Well, but if your inflation was 40%, now it's 30. I think you've turned the corner. If your growth indicator is telling you that you're starting to go faster, at least it's signs that the economy is on track for a turnaround. And
so we have turned the corner, because there are some who still say that want to see these developments as a blip and think that
I would say it's the beginning. It's the beginning, but give yourself time, the next quarter or so, a few months or so. But I believe that Ghana has turned the corner, but again, it needs to be sustained. I think, look, there were some your indicators that came out recently show this very well. Inflation, which was at some point 54, almost 55%, came down to the 30s last week or so ago. 26%. Okay, 26%. That's
immense. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one of the areas where we can help our private sector immensely is to transition from the informal economy that we have in many countries, especially in Ghana, that transition from the informal to more of a formalized economy. When we came into office, we were facing some major challenges in the area of the informal economy. Before you can really build an economy that is going to be transformational, policies that are going to be transformational, you need to take care of major problems that are in the informal economy. You look at an economy which in the informal sense tends to be very undisciplined. The society is undisciplined because the economy is informal and there are no consequences, significant consequences for bad actions. You have a society where corruption prevails. You have lawlessness. You have a tax dodging society. You have an unbanked society. You have a loan repayment dodging society. Identity fraud, people assuming identities of others, or fake identities, lack of address systems, age cheating, fake insurance, fake birth certificates, fake passports, no functional address systems, ghost workers on government payrolls. This sort of these ills of the informal economy that we really inherited makes it very difficult for the economy to transform to its potential. And that is why we set out to formalize the economy, to make sure that the economy worked on transparent systems. And that area of formalization of the economy, we relied heavily on digitalization of the economy to formalize the economy. And this is why we have been moving very steadily, and we've made a lot of progress in this particular area. Of course, the anchor for the digitalization program has been the Ghana card that we issued. And today, we've enrolled over 17 million people on the Ghana card. And today, we have linked all bank accounts to the Ghana card, linked all SIM cards to the Ghana card. Your tax identification number is your Ghana card number. Your NHIS number is your Ghana card number. Today, we've linked the Ghana card to the Controller and Accountant Department payroll. Today, we are seeing this increase in formalization of the economy as a result of digitalization. And we are digitalizing all government services through Ghana.gov and so on. So what all of this is doing is bringing formalization and transparency, and that helps businesses. It makes the systems clearer. It reduces corruption because you can get services without actually going to meet anybody who will ask for a bribe. You can apply for services and buy electricity, get a passport, get a license and clear your goods from the port without really going to see anybody. And you can really get many of these things done. And this formalization of the economy is going to continue. The other day I was talking about one of the problems that we have in Ghana being the lack of an effective credit system as compared to what we see in most of the advanced countries. In Ghana, when you receive your paycheck, that is really what you try to rely on for the rest of the month.
Bame, o can too much and now say 7 previous our time. Eh? Kwame, it is okay. Your opportunity, yenya. I man for media. Them say your opportunity to Kwame TV. What can say be a Thomasumi any the economists that we called?
Yeah.
Yes, he has said something. Ubisa the election are related to this budget, and you also said that they will send the party to opposition. Kwame, I thank you for that. Kwame,
Nana Mitio.
She. Sa budget we are baby. Mamenya mame fanya politics kakra. And you make or break a new patriotic party. Dedika Kwame. This is the last but one budget. Mr. Furiata Eberidi. But so come deeper, this will be the last budget in a Kufuor's government. You know why? Because the next budget Eberidi, Kwame, will be 3 weeks before the general election. And what's the deal? Budget to be a bit ready in the election year. No? A binary tank can who too much. Because when say Obeko opposition and I say Obetra Ben. They make out pass.
Yeah, me too. No.
Say because the next election, the next budget I better ready after tomorrow. The next budget will be middle of November. That middle of November, 2 weeks. December, another week, 7 days near 7 December, near election. Eti abuy your budgeter. Anytime be an very careful. You understand? Strategically, obit me, Eshada a peer and nobody the good budget. Me say like a pesi on say I buy we buy no wabe jadi go. They make a say that one is there. So who show me ye pa Kwame? This is the last budgeter, Mr. Furiata. Presented to save a situation. Now, sa budget we say it should be a budgeter a do hope ever bred this country.
Exactly.
Asa Bibian hobium. So present an ordinary budget said near who here free munwa Kwame. Ordinary budget now Obama Dumana ya dead your mom Dr Bawumia. Dr Bawumia should go and sleep and forget about 2024. Kwame, it's a simple
budget now for hope be a man.
Oh, Kwame, I'm for hope be a man. I'm for drive be a man. I do hope ever ma this country. The only hope is the economic indicators. The next 24 months, no, how you are going to make sure that all the economic indicators, no, will be flying. You understand? They said the economist
yeah.
Unemployment, inflation, and interest rate. Ebet me a boost to kakra in order so bet me the aye debate. Say a no power there at the nothing. What me yes, Kwame me. What kind of functions of a year? The functions of finance minister. I was reading it right now. Was say formulate, implement, monitor, and evaluate microeconomic, fiscal and financial policies for sustainable development. 1, 2, ensure effective mobilization of domestic and external resources. And on and on and on, but time factor. Let me focus on ensure effective mobilization of domestic and external resources. Just say Ghana finance minister will Juma Pani Sadi we see.
Yeah.
Na bakone say a banker so be bibia. Wo finance minister no da wo koko pesika e de aba ama aba de execute the project. They make a right say. And yes sika di go. Ye man confront budget ase. Ye kase budget a buy
there be sika ni ngo.
Sika bia ni.
A
buy atnase and we the news wadi hunu say okay you bibi say me person me ye we say be ya agenda 111 me person by kofu we say me di 28 ka ho me person me ye me afi we say na me ye ni projection ya ho di betimi it is the almost of the finance minister to go and look for fund aye dey be finance or execute those projects na committee me ye catch me to Furiata say ade a want be nya no man be kan nyame yad mo kira
ene ya no kan
sorry ene
10 am eko
there abai no the limit fund no o hwede say ade ni esheki aye hwani no hwede so ntimi ye sentimi nka in the 8 months 6 months time to execute a project which will be promised today a man moso kwame it will end up downloading problem for Dr Bawumia in 2024 because ebi se fridge mu akwam ye nwie ye nka wasem nwie Eti se okoka se meye sadie we say na se Kwame wanya fund and fund yet say the la government hospital ya kwakoya Kwame e na wasa kwose asem kwa because indicators ni be in favor NPP. That's what I'm saying that
na last year
yes
trade fair si ho
yes
cathedral ya fair ni sin
trade fair cathedral na dey no kwa na oka Kwabiti your stronghold
interchange
Mameka Semecho Swami interchange has been captured in 3 budgets 2018 2008 2020 and 2021 Aloga junction budget interchange 2 budgets and ya capture no sesi amene wo kase uka Ghana health budget in Punto budget military hospital in Ashanti region was captured regional hospital Sewua was captured. You understand? Say you better finish your completing now. Up to now you that's what is wrong with this? We are looking forward to see this budget to say a better hope beba you better those hospitals and more pressure and could do confanate so many kobu and ma kotoko hin sign and be ya for fund beam. That's what we are looking forward to see.
Tiawa.
Because me am offer Simon as Mensa. Who called the regional hospital 2020 you were there and told the whole Ghana say I can't electricity and you be 2021 was see I can't show only 1 or 2 days any paint asa you be seen that you timi me
only penny you send him a message. Good morning, Mr. Speaker, please relax. There is hope in the quality leadership traits of His Excellency Dr. Bawumia, and he will live up to expectation. Dr. Izibuatin, good morning. And now, my Minister for Health need one more number. And serious. And then the man can one more number. We try so Minister with me lie on oath. Our appointment committee and him. I mean, out to meet Parliament and try. Ghana for the audio more yet. Still, what does your minister?
Yeah, Kwame. And conformity.
Yes,
eti Kwame. Let's say the year can etiawa. Si you read budget in we are. Yami adu watchna. You better you was abaka. But you see, young customer if I try confirm say. Kwame.
Yeah.
Mr. Feria Tasa Esha White no sa presented budget in we are.
Yeah.
Obianka who say will be a finance minister for 8 years.
8 years.
And yeah, next year because I'm told that there will be reshuffle be a beba. You understand? Obia because Kwame
11
who will do budget where we are when they did the tea budget yet. Head the other say Kwame. Do you want to be dear work what Nyame Adomwa? What will the budget where we are? You want to be dear work come up for the thing go rest at you. Obaka so only twice a year.
What has been caused.
What has to focus for almost former new Kotoko former coach be. Yeah, Father Herbert Ado.
Yeah,
no good pass or back. Mr. Herbert Ado. Or yes, selection now then you be more now ta complaining. Who complaining one day or do 2 now bar. Who plan now o da ho na wo ye on sase ya. O za no mo tie o say
change
bo so no so ye sase.
Koso.
We are say no so ye sase. Koso. That's it. Kwabe. Say there ya ja tum. Bi so
Oni pe ni ade ma mesire no da. O say all shall pass.
It's excellent.